ties, bow ties. Drink more gin. That's because National Gin Day is coming up on Saturday, and we are previewing at Brooklyn's on Boulder with Lee Spirits. We'll see you guys coming up after the break.
FOX21 local news. Gin lovers of the world can celebrate as World Gin Day returns for its 10th year this Saturday.
Yeah, World Gin Day is a global celebration of all things gin, and right now Laura McDonald, she got the secret word to get in the speakeasy there, live and local from Brooklyn's on Boulder with more. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I thought I was at a men's dress shop this morning. It's actually Brooklyn's on Boulder, Lee Spirits tasting room here, and World Gin Day is on Saturday. So we are getting a preview of all the ways you can celebrate here now with Nick and Ian. And you guys are cousins, right? You opened Brooklyn's on Boulder in 2015. It is a speakeasy, right?
It is.
So tell me how that works. How do you get the word out about a speakeasy?
Well, I think the best way to get the word out is that you don't get the word out.
Yeah.
We opened this place and legitimately didn't tell anyone at all. So everyone that comes in here has either heard it from a friend or been, stumbled across us on the street thinking that they could buy a tie and in fact got a cocktail instead. There
you go. All right. That's how it used to be, right?
Yeah.
So gin is your thing. That's what you specialize in. So tell me a little bit about why you have a distillery here. You supply gin to liquor stores all over the state.
We do.
Why gin?
We are really passionate about classic cocktails, sort of pre-Prohibition era, the golden age of cocktails. And when you really get into studying that, you learn that the base spirit for the vast majority of those cocktails is gin. So that's what the path that we wanted to go down.
And I don't know a lot about gin, but it's kind of similar to a whiskey. Is that right?
Well,
no.
Gin and whiskey can both share a lot of the same foundational ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Like for instance, ours is made with corn, the same way that a bourbon is. Mm-hmm. But after that, the distillation techniques and the flavoring techniques are vastly different. Although a lot of bourbon, whiskey, and gin cocktails share a lot of the same mixed ingredients too.
Right. So World Gin Day happening on Saturday. How are you guys going to celebrate here at Brooklyn's on Boulder?
We have a special menu actually going all week for Negroni Week, and we're doing a lot of promotions for International Gin Day.
Very cool. So you guys are going to help us celebrate all day long. We're doing a little pre-celebration here. Remember, World Gin Day, if you're a fan, Saturday is your day to celebrate. And you should come probably to Brooklyn's on Boulder because they definitely know how to celebrate. We're going to mix up some drinks. You guys are going to show us the distillery, right, a little bit later. So guys, make sure you keep it here. And we're also going to tell you when you need a password, when you don't, to get in here at Brooklyn's on Boulder, how that whole process works and where you're located, right?
Indeed.
All right, guys, for now, I'll send it back to you.
Love the speakeasy. It's so nice when people don't know about it. I know it's better for business for them when they do, but
they don't, but they do.
Right.
Yes.
You know?
And it's such a nice atmosphere to enjoy a drink and just sit and chill out. All right, Lauren, thank you so much. 5:45 right now, and Matt, you've had some experience.
If you're not in the know,
we're going to tell you where to go.
To get the in.
On everything gin. World Gin Day is coming up this Saturday. We are live and local at Brooklyn's on Boulder. We'll see you guys coming up after the break.
We'll come together to enjoy their favorite gin cocktail for World Gin Day.
All right, so whether you're a fan now of the classic spirit or looking for an intro, there's no better way to get involved than a celebration of World Gin Day. And right now, Laura McDonald is live and local from Brooklyn's on Boulder, a nice speakeasy for a little preview, taking us inside behind the closed door. Lauren, good morning.
That's right. It's time to let the day be gin here, right? Live and local, as you said, at Brooklyn's on Boulder. Lee Spirits, they do gin and they do it well, and that is what we are talking about today because on Saturday, World Gin Day, as you mentioned, it's time to celebrate. And if you've never tried gin or you don't know if you like gin, well, now's the perfect time to give it a try. So here with Ian Lee, one of the co-owners of Lee Spirits and Brooklyn's on Boulder, and then we've got Carlos mixing up a summer gin drink.
A very simple summer gin drink. We call it lavender lemonade. And that's exactly what it is. It's just lemonade with a little bit of our Lee Spirits lavender gin, a gin that we make by infusing it with lavender buds from the Provence region of France, which sounds really, really nerdy, but actually it's very
fancy.
It's very delicious too. So
great for the summertime.
Great for the summertime. You know, this is wonderful if you're sitting outside by the pool, if you've had a long day like at work, you just need something to give you a little bit of courage to deal with the kids when you get home after you've picked them up from summer school. But yeah, Carlos just made it here with a little bit of lavender gin. Splash it
Simple
with
ingredients.
very simple, very
And
simple.
I know he's a bartender, he's a professional, but I
Yes.
feel like this would be very easy to make at home.
For sure, and you'll feel like a professional after you've done it too.
There you go. And if people come to Brooklyn's on Boulder, they can actually ask for recipes, correct?
They can. Yes, they can indeed. We keep, like a few pieces of paper, print them back in front with a bunch of different recipes that you could make. Drinks that you can experience here at Brooklyn's themselves, but ones that we know are traditional favorites and simple things to make at home.
Very nice. All right, well,
Yeah,
I want to give
let's
this a
take a drink.
try.
Let's take a drink.
And like I told you, I don't know a lot about gin. I've
Yeah.
never really had it, but cheers. Here's to the lavender lemonade. Thank you, Carlos. Wow, that's delicious.
Good at any time of the
Little
day.
spicy. I like that.
For sure.
Very good. Simple, easy recipe to make at home. Also, we're going to get into the menu a little bit later, but you guys have a very unique menu. You tell people, hey, if you like a Moscow Mule, you should order this, this, or this on our menu. And like I said, we'll dive into that a little bit later.
Yeah.
But a very cool way to let people know that gin can really be for anyone.
Very much. It's a very approachable spirit, only because you can apply it in a myriad of different ways. So, if you're a red wine drinker, that's great. We've got something for you.
There you
If
go.
you traditionally love whiskey and, even just drink whiskey neat, we can find something for you as well.
Gin for the win. International Gin Day on Saturday. Make sure you guys celebrate. Plenty of options for you this morning. Coming up, I think we're going to head back into the distillery and then also pick a cocktail off this drink and kind of sample what, if you like red wine, oh, you can have this, and that. So a lot of fun here at Brooklyn's on Boulder, guys. Make sure you keep it with us.
Hey, Lauren, take a look at that book. What does it say you should drink if you like Coors Light? No, the book you just had.
Water, water,
She
water.
knows that off the top
You
of her
already
head.
looked. Yeah.
Yeah, you
That's
know.
great.
Yeah. One of the first things I realized when I came here for the
That
first
is
time.
funny.
Oh,
I
that's
love
great.
it.
All right, Lauren, thanks. All right, 6:30 right now. We'll grab your tent and sleeping bag. It's official.
These boots aren't made for walking, because that's not what they do. These boots are made for distilling. Coming up after the break, we're going to show you. We are live and local at Brooklyn's on Boulder, gearing you up for World Gin Day. That's coming up after the break.
Day returns for its 10th year this Saturday.
Yeah, World Gin Day is a global celebration of all things gin. And right now we join Lauren McDonald live and local from Brooklyn's on Boulder with more. Lauren, good morning.
Check it. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Come on in, check me out. Yes, we're here at Brooklyn's on Boulder celebrating a little pre-celebration of World Gin Day that is coming up on Saturday here with Nick Lee, one of the co-owners of Brooklyn's on Boulder. Also, you are one of the founders of Lee Spirits,
That's
right?
right.
So you guys specialize in making gin. And when you think about base spirits, you've got tequila, you've got vodka, you've got gin, you've got whiskey. So what makes gin gin?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the process of how we make our gin real fast. So by definition, every gin has to have juniper. So we, of course, have juniper. These are all of our botanicals: coriander, cardamom, angelica, orris root, and lemon and orange peel.
So juniper, the main ingredients, right? Okay, so walk me through the process of how you guys make your gin here at Brooklyn's on Boulder. That's one of the coolest things about this place.
That's
And
right.
you're the smallest, one of the smallest distilleries in North America, getting ready to expand very soon, though.
That's right.
All right.
So we take
tell me
our
about the
botanicals.
process. Yeah.
We put them in what's essentially a large tea bag, and we put that in the still with a mixture of alcohol and water, and we let that soak overnight. So it really starts to pull out the flavors from the botanicals. We come in the morning and we turn on the still, and we use a process called single shot distillation. So what that means is we turn the still on, and as it's heating up, we leave the botanicals in the still throughout that process. So it really pulls out the bold flavors from all of the botanicals. We take that distillate, which is about 75% alcohol, and we dilute that down with water, and then we bottle it by hand right here in this distillery.
You told me earlier about 150 bottles per batch, 5 batches a week.
Yep.
You distribute to 5 states right now.
That's right, yeah, we can produce about 4,000 cases here at this location.
Lee Spirits. Make sure you check them out. They have got some good gin. I've tasted it this morning. One of the other cool things, we said it's not only a tasting room, it's a distillery, but you say it's not a bar either. You
That's
guys
right.
have very unique rules. Tell me about
So legally in the state of Colorado, a tasting room for a distillery is only allowed to serve the products that you make at the distillery. So we serve a full cocktail menu, and we make all of the products that we serve on that menu.
Very nice. All right, guys. World Gin Day. I keep wanting to say national, but the whole world is going to be celebrating on Saturday. Coming up, we're going to talk about the history of gin. We're going to talk about how you guys are getting ready to expand. Very, very exciting. Got to support our hometown heroes here, right? Local, you guys have done so much in such a short time, very successful, and we are lucky to have you here.
Thank you.
So thank you for helping us celebrate, showing us how to celebrate. Make sure you guys keep watching because we have more drinks and we have more gin, so stay tuned.
I love going there because it just, you walk in and you feel fancy, even if you're not.
It looks fancy.
Yeah, you feel.
I feel like Walter White.
Well, that's a different scenario. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, right. Okay. Lauren, thanks a lot. I bet that guy's favorite spice is ginger. Oh, I just thought of that. And Nat walks away.
Light and bright. This morning I am learning that gin is such a delight. Coming up after the break, we're going to take you on a flight. Stick around for what I'm talking about. We are live and local from Brooklands on Boulder for a preview of World Gin Day. That's coming up after the break.
FOX21 local news right now. Well, this Saturday, all lovers of gin, over the age of 21, of course, will come together to enjoy their favorite gin cocktail. That's because it's World Gin Day.
So whether you're a fan of the classic spirit or looking for an intro, there's no better way to get involved than with old
Lauren.
World Gin Day celebration. Hey, there's old Lauren right now. Feeling fancy this morning? What do you got, Lauren? Good morning.
Well, I gotta tell you, I hope the Lord can forgive me because I have ginned this morning, right? Who drinks at 7 a.m. in the morning? That's what we're doing right here at Brooklands on Boulder because we're getting ready for World Gin Day. That's coming up this Saturday, giving you ways to celebrate. So I'm here with Ian and Carlos. You guys have been guiding me through the gin world all morning, right? I don't know anything about gin, but you're experts. That's because you're a gin distillery. You also have your tasting room here on Boulder Street, Brooklands on Boulder. So what are we going to make now, right? I got to pick a drink, and then you guys are going to tell me
which you should try. So that's what this chart does here. It's one of the pages in our menu. Right here on the left-hand side, there's a bunch of cocktails that everyone traditionally knows and loves. You pick one that kind of helps us understand what you're looking to drink, and we can give you some encouragement from there.
Yeah, okay, so you don't actually make these drinks, but you make drinks that are similar with gin.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go. You know what? It's been a long time since I've been in college. Let's go with the lemon drop.
Sounds great.
Bring back some memories, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the lemon drop, we'll make you an aviation.
We're taking a flight.
We're going to take the flight.
I like it.
Absolutely correct. The aviation happens to be the grandfather cocktail to the lemon drop. It uses a liqueur called creme de violet that we make here at Leaf Spirits that disappeared during Prohibition from North America. And when you take this ingredient out of the recipe for the aviation, you have a lemon drop.
Very nice. I'm sure it tastes very natural. You guys use all natural ingredients.
We do use all natural ingredients and all natural filtration as well. So the deep dark blue color of this liqueur here is actually going to make this cocktail go sky blue, which is where it got its name. It comes out of a cocktail book from 1919, which was just a little bit after flight was discovered here in the United States, and everyone was just mad crazy about aviation and the subsequent cocktail that bears its name.
All classic and original recipes
All
here.
classic and original recipes here,
now,
that's right.
I'm looking through the menu. You guys have some very unique rules that I'm really a big fan of. First one I want to look at is do not bring anyone here you wouldn't take to grandma's for Sunday dinner.
That should be a life rule.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. To any place, any establishment.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then let's see. Your gin distillery. So we serve gin. We do not have Jägermeister or Red Bull or Fireball.
That's accurate, and you'd still be surprised at how many people attempt to order those drinks here.
But what we're doing right now, this is such a great tool because, like you said, if you're used to drinking some of the classic drinks, more popular drinks, you can go to that and then you give options.
For sure, and most people don't realize that gin actually acts as the base spirit for most of the original cocktails that we love so much just today. That its roots, if you go back far enough in time and research the cocktails themselves, you find that gin was the original spirit that they used to create the drink.
And now we're running short on time, but I do want to highlight your rule about the gentleman approaching the ladies here.
That's right. So Prohibition is about the first time we see men and women drink together in public. And so what bartenders used to do was stop men from introducing themselves to women. And if you want to meet a young lady or any lady you see at the bar, you just ask the bartender to introduce you.
Very nice. Very respectful way to do that, right?
We agree.
All right, let's give it a go.
Cheers to an aviation.
Aviation, you better buckle in because we're taking off here at Brooklands on Boulder, getting you set for World Gin Day, guys.
It's a pretty cool place.
It's very cool. And the
Wow.
thing is, you think
good.
you don't like gin, but they will make a drink that
Right.
doesn't taste like the
Yeah.
gin that you think, and it's delicious.
All right, Lauren.
It's delicious, it's nutritious, it's everything you could hope for.
It's the secret to life.
Lauren, and I think they have a cheese board.
Secret sauce.
Yeah,
the
there you
secret
go.
sauce.
Yes, cheese board. Yes, we've already talked about those this morning. So.
Right,
Big
great.
fan over here. Big fan.
Thanks, Lauren. It's 7:45 right now. The one thing.
Hey Craig, how are you? Guess what? World Gin Day is happening on Saturday, and gin's history, well, it's no longer a mystery.
It was one of the first to quench your thirst.
Hey, we are live and local from Brooklands on Boulder, talking World Gin Day, giving you a preview. Live and local coming up next.
And celebrate as World Gin Day returns for its 10th year this Saturday.
It's a celebration of all things gin, and right now we join Lauren McDonald once again live and local, getting classy from Brooklands on Boulder. Lauren, good morning.
Classy, sassy, and I'm not going to finish that statement, okay? But we are grinning and we are ginning because we are gearing you up for World Gin Day. That's coming up this Saturday. And if you don't know a lot about gin, if you have never had a gin drink, well, Brooklands on Boulder, it is a place where you can come taste plenty of gin-based cocktails. So I'm here with Ian right now. You've been telling me all about gin all morning. We've done some tastings. And
It's all been good.
World Gin Day is coming up on Saturday, right? So
correct.
you guys are doing a lot of special things. We have an old-fashioned here.
That's right. We're making the original 1806 version of the gin cocktail.
Thank
which
you,
is
Carlos.
commonly known today as the Old Fashioned. Traditionally, Old Fashions were any base spirit, water, sugar, and bitters. So this is the gin version of it. Today, most people drink this with bourbon, but the original gin one is so light, refreshing, and crisp. It's just the perfect thing to celebrate International World Gin Day.
Right. Okay. So gin been around for a very, very, very,
Very
long
long
time.
time.
A lot of people like to argue that gin was one of the first base spirits, correct?
Oh, totally, totally. We find gin originating around the early 1500s. It wasn't necessarily a style of gin that we drink very much of today. It matured a little bit, and by the mid 1700s, we have the style of dry gin that most people drink and consume today.
Very nice. All right. So an old-fashioned.
Indeed.
Gonna give it a go. Cheers. Strong, but delicious.
Yes, very
And I
spirit-forward.
taste like a lot of spices in there.
Indeed, yeah. That's the bitters that you're tasting here.
Very nice. You guys make all handcrafted cocktails, obviously, all come from gin that you distill here in-house.
Locally.
You're getting ready to expand.
We are.
To Monuments.
We are.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, so guys, look out for more announcements about that. But tell everybody real quick, Brooklands on Boulder is your tasting room. It's also a speakeasy, so it's kind of like a secret, right?
It is kind of a secret. When we started the distillery in 2013, my cousin and I wanted to build an environment for the best environment for people to drink the gin. And since we make pre-Prohibition era spirits, what better way to do that than to make a Prohibition era speakeasy?
Right, very nice. All right, World Gin Day coming up. You guys are doing some special things?
We are. Special menu. This week's also Negroni Week, so we have a special Negroni Week menu as well. So come in Wednesday through Saturday from 5 to midnight and try out some of the drinks on the menu.
All right, folks, we're not winning this morning. We are ginning. And as far as I'm concerned, that's better than winning, okay? Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Hey,
Ginning.
happy almost World
Ginning.
Gin Day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Lauren, thank you.
Enjoy. 8:21 right now. Still to come. It's an exciting time at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo.
Up next, we're going to talk.
Hidden on Boulder Street, the storefront is really neat, but we're sipping on gin and juice, laid back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Yes! International Gin Day is coming up on Saturday. We are live and local from Brooklands on Boulder, giving you ways to celebrate at home. That's coming up after the break.
Saturday, all lovers of gin over the age of 21, of course, will come together to enjoy their favorite gin cocktail for World Gin Day.
And giving Snoop Dogg a run for his money right now, Lauren McDonald, live and local from Brooklands on Boulder for a preview of World Gin Day. What's up?
The name is Snoop Lizzle from now on, okay? Sipping on gin and juice here at Brooklands on Boulder. I'll tell you what, two cousins, one dream, and a love for gin. That's all it takes, right? Well, at least for these two, we've got Ian and Nick. You guys are the co-founders of Lee Spirits, and you're the co-owners of Brooklands on Boulder. So to start, right, World Gin Day is coming up on Saturday. And you guys started Brooklyn's on Boulder about 3 years ago, right? Okay, so it's a speakeasy bar. You only sell gin.
Right.
And you mix gin cocktail drinks. So how did you guys start? How did you come up with this idea?
So we really wanted to create a distillery that made historical cocktail ingredients as authentically as absolutely possible. So that was our mission when we first started out.
And you started with a distillery, then you opened this speakeasy up right on Boulder Street. Now the next question is, why gin?
Just gin is the ultimate base spirit for any classic cocktail. And in the world, actually, before 1930, gin was the most commonly consumed spirit on the planet. And so there was no other choice really for us. If we wanted to create authentic cocktail ingredients to help bartenders make drinks that the original bartenders were, we had to start with gin.
And you guys have been so successful, one of the fastest growing distilleries west of the Mississippi.
Yep.
All right, so National Gin Day, as we said, coming up. You guys are getting ready to celebrate a little bit on your own. You're expanding.
That's right. We knew that if we were successful, we wouldn't be able to be the smallest distillery in the U.S. for long, and that has come to fruition. So we're really excited about that. We're expanding to a space that's about 20 times bigger than what we have here up in Monument. So our whole production facility is going to move up there as we grow into the Midwest and the Eastern Seaboard and start expanding into other states.
Right, and you distribute all over Colorado. You have 4 other states as well, and then you're expanding more. Where can people buy Lee Spirits, though, here in Colorado?
We like to say that you can go to a giant collection of different bars and restaurants, but for liquor stores, any liquor store you feel comfortable walking into to purchase product, you'll find it there.
Right, now International Gin Day, Saturday, you guys are celebrating here. Tell me a little bit about what's going on.
Yeah, we're going to have a custom menu, special menu, if you will. We're also celebrating Negroni Week this year. We're supporting a nonprofit called Foster Colorado. So $2 for every Negroni that we sell this week is going to go to that charity. And as well, on Saturday, of course, we'll have some special World Gin Day cocktails.
There you go. And you said earlier to me, gin is making a comeback. It's one of the oldest base spirits, and it's really becoming popular again. The coolest thing here, you guys actually give recipes. If people say, hey, I really like this drink, you can hand out the recipe for that so that they can try to go make it at home, right?
That's right. It's really important for us that you can go and have the same experience that you would have at Brooklyn's. You can make the cocktails at home with our products as well. So that was part of our goal in the beginning, is that you can not only have it at bars and restaurants, but you can make it in your own home as well.
All right, not till Saturday, but let's kick it off a little early, right? Let the celebrations be gin. Thank you guys so much for having me out, teaching me about gin. Make sure you come out here to Brooklyn's on Boulder. Try Lee Spirits, because I have this morning and they are delicious.
What a neat place and good success story too.
Yeah,
for sure.
So great to see that.
All right, Lauren,
Thanks, Lauren. 8:47 right now. Here's another live look outside.